Have you ever wondered why you feel stuck in endless loops, facing the same challenges repeatedly? Perhaps you're pursuing dreams that feel perpetually out of reach, or experiencing an inexplicable void, as though a vital piece of your life's puzzle remains hidden. What I'm about to share could be that missing piece that transforms everything. Carl Jung discovered something profound. Nothing in our existence is purely coincidental. When you grasp this truth, mysteries that have puzzled you for decades suddenly begin unraveling. Your birth moment was far more significant than you realize. Beyond marking life's beginning, it established a profound connection between your essence and the cosmos. This wasn't random timing. It embedded clues about your authentic self, your deepest motivations, and the obstacles you're destined to overcome. While skeptics might dismiss this as superstition, Jung, a pioneering psychological genius, proved these concepts extend far beyond mere speculation. He revealed the collective unconscious, an invisible web of symbols and archetypal patterns connecting individual existence to universal forces. Consider this honestly. How frequently do you dismiss life's signals? How often do you feel fundamentally misunderstood? Maybe you've attempted filling that inner emptiness through achievements, relationships, or distractions, yet nothing truly satisfies. This persistent unease stems from a simple yet profound truth. You're living disconnected from your authentic nature. The key to reconnecting lies in understanding your birth moment's significance. For millennia, civilizations worldwide have recognized that birth timing reveals essential life path elements. Not because destiny is predetermined, but because we're integral to a greater cosmic design. Just as seasons carry distinct rhythms, winter encouraging reflection, spring bringing renewal, summer fostering growth, autumn inspiring introspection, your birth carries unique energetic frequencies. These frequencies shape your personality, choices, passions, and fears. The problem: without understanding how this energy operates, you might unconsciously work against it rather than harnessing its power. Jung discovered that internal conflicts often stem from disconnection with universal archetypes, deeply embedded patterns influencing our worldview and behavior. He believed your birth month reflects which archetypal forces dominate within you, determining your potential strengths and challenges. Think of it as a compass. Without reading skills, you'll wander aimlessly, but learn to interpret the signs, and your path becomes crystal clear. Ever notice why some people lead effortlessly while others excel through creativity or empathy? It's no accident. Everyone is born with specific energetic signatures. Some are natural pioneers, trailblazers who embrace challenges and inspire others. Others are emotionally attuned, instinctively sensing others' feelings and serving as natural healers. Then there are the seekers, those questioning existence itself, pursuing deeper meaning and spiritual connection. But what happens when you ignore your true nature, attempting to become someone you're not? Life becomes an uphill battle, like swimming against powerful currents. It's like planting a sunflower in barren soil. No amount of effort will make it flourish. Perhaps this describes your current experience. Maybe you're forcing yourself into an ill-fitting role while your authentic potential remains dormant. Jung believed genuine transformation begins when we courageously look inward and confront long-avoided truths. To him, self-awareness was like illuminating a darkened room. Suddenly, hidden elements become visible, and threatening aspects start making sense. This is your moment for honest self-examination. Ask yourself, what is my birth month revealing about my true identity? Before we dive deeper, if this resonates with you, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We explore life's deepest mysteries every week, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. Imagine that your birth wasn't accidental, but part of a magnificent design, that every challenge carries meaning, and your strengths aren't random occurrences. The secret lies in learning to decode these signs and using them to create the life you genuinely desire. Everything you need already exists within you. You simply haven't learned to access it yet. For centuries, brilliant minds like Jung recognized that the universe communicates through symbols and patterns. While ancient peoples looked to stars for guidance, today we can find those answers within ourselves. Have you noticed certain seasons affecting you more profoundly than others? That specific months energize you, while others seem draining? This isn't coincidence, it's your birth moment's energy subtly guiding your journey. But this doesn't mean your fate is sealed, quite the opposite. Jung taught that by recognizing these patterns, we can break free from repetitive cycles and take conscious control of our lives. It's not about predicting the future, it's about understanding yourself better and using that insight for conscious decision-making. Before proceeding, ask yourself one crucial question. What are you truly seeking? You might not know yet, but I promise that by this journey's end, you'll see yourself in completely new light. You'll realize that everything you have experienced, joy and pain, victories and setbacks, has been part of a greater pattern. When you understand that pattern, even your darkest moments will reveal their lessons. So if you've ever felt something within you waiting to be discovered, stay with this exploration. What you're about to learn might unlock your hidden potential. As Jung famously said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Now is the time to take control. Have you ever felt trapped in an invisible cycle? No matter how much you evolve, you somehow return to the same starting point. Perhaps it was a relationship that couldn't work, a seemingly perfect job that left you disappointed, or a persistent feeling of not belonging, as if the world moves in one direction while you drift in another. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Millions remain stuck in these very loops without understanding why. But Jung left us a powerful insight. What you call fate might actually be part of a cosmic dance where you're both dancer and choreographer. Jung believed life's patterns aren't random or meaningless. They're part of a deeper connection between individual and universe. He compared human life to a river flowing through rocks, bends and obstacles, always finding its way forward. But the river's course isn't random. It's shaped by forces both within and around us, often invisible, yet leaving traces along the way. I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and share which month you were born. And if you have noticed patterns in your life that might connect to this, your insights could help other viewers on their journey of self-discovery. One of those traces is your birth moment. This goes beyond planets or moon phases. It's the archetypal energy that peaked when you took your first breath. Let me share Maria's story, a 45-year-old literature professor whose life appeared peaceful from the outside. She had stable employment, a comfortable home, 2 grown children, and a loving husband. Yet Maria carried an invisible weight few could see. Since her early 20s, she'd felt constantly racing against time, chasing an always elusive ideal. Every time things improved, something would derail her progress. A difficult supervisor, unexpected financial setback, or worse, that familiar feeling of inadequacy, making her doubt even her accomplishments. Why is everything so difficult, she wondered. Am I meant to struggle forever? What Maria didn't realize was that this lifelong struggle connected closely to her birth month's energy, April. Born in a month of fire, she carried the archetypal energy of pioneers and leaders, those driven to act, build, and guide others. But as Jung reminded us, every energy has its shadow. In Maria's case, that shadow manifested as impatience and harsh self-criticism. She constantly felt compelled to keep moving, always doing more, yet it never felt sufficient. This pattern was deeply embedded in her subconscious, shaping her decision-making and challenge responses. Here's the crucial insight. Maria wasn't doomed to repeat this cycle forever. Jung teaches us that we have power to transform these patterns by bringing them into conscious awareness. Maria could learn to balance her drive for action with moments of stillness and reflection. She might understand that she doesn't need to carry the world's weight on her shoulders, and true strength sometimes lies in knowing when to pause. This is the cosmic dance Jung described, the balance between opposing forces living within us. Consider Roberto, a 54-year-old mechanical engineer who'd worked as the classic provider his entire life, always putting others' needs before his own. From youth, he believed success was measured by financial stability and professional respect. This belief served him well for years. He built a solid career, raised children, and secured his family's future. But as retirement approached, he felt empty. Achievements that once brought pride now seemed hollow. He questioned the meaning behind everything he'd accomplished. Roberto was born in May, a month associated with seeking stability, security, and bridging material and spiritual realms. Most of his life, he lived aligned with this month's positive energy, creating strong foundations for himself and loved ones. But like all energies, this one had shadows. For Roberto, the shadow expressed itself as excessive need for control and deep fear of the unknown. Facing retirement's existential void, he realized he'd spent so much time building security that he forgot to ask, what truly makes me happy? Jung said the unconscious always finds expression through dreams, emotions, or seemingly uncontrollable life events. In Roberto's case, his current emptiness isn't failure. It's an invitation to explore long ignored aspects of himself. Can you see connections between these stories and your own life? Maybe you've been walking a path that once felt right, but no longer reflects who you truly are. Perhaps you've ignored signals from your body, mind, or heart until they became impossible to overlook. Here's the encouraging news. It's never too late to rewrite your story. The cosmic dance Jung described isn't a prison, it's an opportunity for self-discovery. When you understand the energies at play in your life, you can begin using them in your favour. If you were born in January, you might realise your leadership instinct doesn't mean doing everything alone. If born in July, you may see that your deep empathy doesn't have to drain you. It can be powerful strength when directed carefully. Jung often said, self-awareness doesn't free us from life's challenges, but gives us tools to face them wisely. When you recognise your life's patterns, something powerful happens. You stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstance and start seeing yourself as your story's author. What once seemed impossible to change suddenly makes sense, and you realise you have the power to choose differently. Think back to a moment when everything seemed to collapse, perhaps divorce, job loss, or health crisis. In that moment you probably asked, why is this happening to me? But now, I invite you to view those moments from a new perspective. What if they weren't punishments but invitations? Invitations to explore neglected aspects of yourself and grow in previously unimaginable ways. Life's cosmic dance isn't about avoiding hardship. It's about finding balance between facing challenges and learning from them. That balance begins when you understand the energy that's been with you since birth. It doesn't matter if you're 30, 50, or 65. Self-awareness has no expiration date. The deeper you're willing to explore your inner world, the closer you come to living a life aligned with your true purpose. Are you ready to look within and discover what energies are guiding your journey? Because from the moment you make that choice, the cosmic dance stops being mysterious force and becomes your greatest ally. As Jung said, the unconscious is always speaking, to those willing to listen.